Hello, and welcome to Select 10. This video will highlight the top action-packed thrillers now available on Netflix. So, whether you're looking for high-octane pursuits, enormous fights, or unbelievable actions, these films will have you on the edge of your seat. Additionally, certain films might not be available on Netflix in your area, so I've included the names of the alternative platforms behind each movie title. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Mile 22. It is a 2018 spy action thriller film, directed by Peter Berg. The main character of the narrative is James Silva, a highly trained CIA agent, and his team, who are assigned the difficult task of bringing Lee Newer, a foreign informant, 22 miles to an extraction point, while facing constant attack from enemies who are prepared to stop them from accomplishing their goal. The movie is full of well-choreographed and skillfully shot action sequences that are fast-paced and thrilling. Though it can be disorienting at times, the film's quick cuts and shaky camera work contribute to the frantic high-stakes mood. Mark Wahlberg's depiction of Silva is fierce, but Iko Uwais stands out for his outstanding martial arts abilities. Overall, it's a high-octane thriller that offers adrenaline but lacks narrative consistency and growth in the characters. The plot can be difficult to understand, and the film's breakneck speed allows very little time for emotional involvement, but it's a solid choice that will satisfy genre enthusiasts, particularly those seeking non-stop action. Number 9. Cop Shop. It is a 2021 action thriller film, directed by Joe Carnahan. The plot revolves around a tiny town law enforcement facility and follows con man, Teddy Moretto, who intentionally gets himself detained in order to evade a deadly hitman named Bob Vidic. Meanwhile, Teddy believed that the police station would function as a safe place for him, but Vidic also ends up in the prison cell right next to him. Soon, mayhem breaks out when another killer comes in search of Teddy and turns the police facility into an armed conflict situation. Both Frank Grillo and Gerard Butler provide outstanding work as Vidic and Moretto, respectively. Their characters are fleshed out, with many layers of complicated moral issues that maintain the audience interest. The film's flaws include the story's twists, which, although entertaining, occasionally feel formulaic. Overall, it's a suspenseful, action-packed thriller with a smart premise that delivers a thrilling journey filled with powerful acting and satisfying action scenes. While it doesn't completely redefine the genre, action thriller fans will nonetheless find it to be an entertaining and enjoyable watch. Number 8. Night Watch. It is a 2004 fantasy action thriller film, directed by Timur Bekmambetov. The movie is set in contemporary Moscow and centers on Anton Gorodetsky, an officer of the Night Watch, a crew of paranormal entities that keep an eye on and preserve the harmony between light and dark forces. The story opens with Anton, entrusted with monitoring the actions of the dark forces, involving witches and vampires, navigating a mysterious web of ancient prophecies, loyalty, and conflicts, while discovering an agenda that has the potential to tip the scales and throw the world into disarray. The narrative is inventive and has a distinct, gritty tone that blends supernatural aspects with urban settings. The fast-paced, artistically staged action scenes capture the chaotic essence of the supernatural clashes. While its complicated plot and quick-paced editing can be confusing, its distinct style and world-building set it apart in the fantasy genre. Overall, it is a dark fantasy movie that provides a unique perspective on the conflict between good and evil, and it is a must-see for fans of supernatural and action thrillers. Number 7. The Hunt. It is a 2020 action horror film, directed by Craig Zobel. The plot revolves around a bunch of individuals who wake up in an isolated region and find out that the rich and famous are hunting them for fun. One of them is Crystal, who proves to be more lethal and cunning than the abductors had imagined. The story develops as things turn, and Crystal fights the hunters in a number of deadly battles. The film's brutal violence and dark comedy produce a visually striking expression of mockery. The action scenes are expertly done, skillfully fusing aspects of thriller and horror that keep you on the edge of your seat. Betty Gilpin gives a remarkable performance as Crystal, while the other characters are essentially just typical supporting characters in the film's irony. Overall, it's a provocative movie that tackles heated issues head-on. Although its mix of horror and sarcasm may not be to everyone's taste, those who enjoy dark comedy and survival action will find its thoughts on social injustice, brutality, and political divisions thoughtful. Number 6. Faster. It is a 2010 action thriller film, directed by George Tillman Jr. The plot centers on a man named Driver, who, following a 10-year jail sentence, sets out on an effort to get revenge on those who killed his brother. As he begins to seek down the guys accountable, an experienced cop and an inexperienced killer pursue him, while he discovers shocking facts about the individuals he is hunting. The film delves into topics of retribution, repentance, and fairness, using high-octane action and an organized story. The best part is the film's rough fashion style, which complements its revenge-focused plot. Dwayne Johnson impresses in an extra serious character, demonstrating his versatility outside the conventional action hero genre. However, the movie's emphasis on violence leaves several character journeys undeveloped. Overall, it is a traditional vengeance story that avoids delving too much into its main characters or ideas. Despite having crisp pacing and effectively carried out action, the movie lacks the emotion and richness of other revenge dramas. However, if only action is what you're looking for, then this is a solid and entertaining movie. Number 5. Sisu. It is a 2022 historical action thriller film, directed by Jalmari Hellener. The movie is set in the closing stages of World War II and centers on Tommy Korpi, a seasoned veteran who becomes a miner and finds a significant gold discovery in the Lapland countryside. As he embarks on his way to sell his treasure, he encounters a fleeing Nazi battalion. Sensing the importance of his discovery, the Nazis attempt to grab the gold and underestimate Korpi's fighting abilities. What ensues is harsh combat, in which Korpi uses his survival abilities to eliminate the troops one by one. The film's barren Lapland landscapes provide a striking background for the action-packed scenes, capturing the harshness and beauty of the setting to highlight the encounter's raw brutality. Overall, it is a tremendously enjoyable action film that lives up to its promise of furious, violent warfare. The film's simplicity plays to its advantage by putting the action and the severe nature of the backdrop in the limelight. However, the absence of character development could leave certain audiences craving more. But it is a must-see for fans of historical action and intense survival movies. Number 4. Ninja: Shadow of a Tear. It is an action thriller film directed by Isaac Florentine. The movie centers on experienced ninja Casey Bowman, who has made a calm life for himself and his pregnant wife Namiko in Tokyo. But after Namiko is killed, Casey's life is turned upside down and he is forced to use all of his ninja skills to exact revenge. The movie offers a demonstration of powerful, expertly performed martial arts action. The best parts are the combat scenes, as Scott Adkins shows off his amazing strength and agility in a number of vicious action-packed fight situations. Despite being mostly an action movie, Casey's path of grief and retaliation gives the story some deep emotions. The plot is basic, and the characters are not fully developed, but the movie fulfills its promise of high-octane martial arts fighting and engaging revenge drama. It's a must-see for martial arts fans who prefer exciting fight sequences over detailed storytelling. Number 3. Kate. It is a 2021 action thriller film directed by Cedric Nicolas Troyan. The movie takes place in Tokyo and centers on Kate, an experienced killer who gets infected with radiation and has only a day to make it through. Driven by anger and despair, Kate sets out on a merciless mission to find out who did this and why. As Kate fights against time, she unexpectedly bonds with Ani, the child of one of her previous targets, setting up a thrilling action scenario mixed with devastating discoveries. One of Kate's most notable aspects is its cinematic presentation, which sets the action against a vivid setting of Tokyo's neon-lit neighborhoods. The precise choreography of the action scenes showcases Kate's deadly abilities, with vicious hand-to-hand fighting and elegantly staged gunfights. Although the film's action sequences and visual effects are excellent, the story and character journeys adhere to well-known vengeance genre cliches. But Winstead's strong acting, the movie's dedication to style, and brutal action set it apart from typical action thrillers. Number 2. 12 Strong. It is a 2018 action war film directed by Nikolai Fugelsig. The movie is based on the non-fiction book, Horse Soldiers, by Doug Stanton, which describes the tale of the American Army Special Forces, who were dispatched to Afghanistan in the wake of the September 11 attacks. The film delves into the terrifying obstacles that the soldiers must overcome while collaborating with their Afghani partners to bring down the criminal organization. The movie chronicles the perilous operation that Captain Mitch Nelson and his group of Green Berets are ordered on to destroy the enemy strongholds in Afghanistan. The action begins as the soldiers must traverse hazardous landscapes while overpowered and outnumbered, depending on their military education and the faith of the regional warlord, Commander Dostum, to stay alive and win. The film creates a visually fascinating experience by striking a balance between the scale of war and its soldiers' emotional hardships. While the story's dependence on war movie themes and absence of significant character traits may make it feel predictable to certain viewers, the carefully developed warfare narrative and thrilling battling scenes keep you engaged throughout. Number 1. Blade 2. It is the follow-up to the super-hit action film, Blade, 1998. This action horror film follows the story of Blade, a half-human, half-vampire, who fights an emerging clan of super vampires. The plot centers on Blade, who is asked to assist the vampire community in destroying the Reapers, a mutant vampire race that feeds on both human beings and vampires. The visual effects, monster designs, and battle sequence are exceptional, resulting in a sleek and engaging experience. The film includes new characters, including Nyssa and Reinhardt, who add richness to the vampire history, but they are not given as much growth as Blade himself. Overall, Blade 2 is an excellent sequel that builds on the original's world building while providing even more dramatic action and chaos. But occasionally, the plot becomes a little complicated, and the large cast of people takes away from the emphasis on Blade's own quest. However, with the direction of Guillermo del Toro, the movie successfully combines action with horror in an approach that is visually stunning and engaging, making it a must-see for aficionados of the genre. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.